Hi guys, I'm back with a new video. In today's video, let's talk about an interesting topic, which is about the stamp duty or registration charges in simple language, right? A lot of people reach out to me when, especially it's about registration, right? They have a doubt, sort of how much should I pay as a stamp duty or registration charge, right? So there is something official registration charge, and rest is a little drive which we have to pay. So we'll discuss all of it and we'll compare across India, what are the stamp duty charges in top cities, right? So that's the topic for today. So let me share my screen and share some insights with you. Hope you can see my screen now. This is an interesting topic, which is the stamp duty on property purchase in top Indian cities, right? So this was published in January 14, 2022. So let's understand the data. Now, what is stamp duty? You can read this. Stamp duty is the fees of real estate transaction that has been paid during the transfer of an asset from one person to other person, based on the total declared value of the property. If the stamp duty is charged at 4% in your city, you have to pay 4 rupees for a property worth 100 rupees. Now, this 100 rupees are the 100 rupees which are shown on the document, assuming you're buying a property worth 1 crore. But if you're in the document, you're showing only 50 lakhs, you have to pay stamp duty on the document value. All of us know this, right? Now, this varies from states to state. In Telangana, it can be different. In AP, it can be different. In Karnataka, it can be different. In Delhi, it can be different, right? So, the stamp duty are the charges which you are paying to the government for using their system, because they are maintaining the records for us, the land records for us. They are safeguarding. They have created a system for us, isn't it? So, for that, we are paying the stamp duty to the government. Now, that is stamp duty. What are registration charges? Registration charges are one-time fees that you pay for registering the property transaction in the government records. They are kept typically at 1% of the total transaction value. So, stamp duty plus registration charges. This is what we pay anywhere we register the property across India, isn't it? Now, stamp duty rates in top Indian cities. So, now this is important to understand, and we have to check wherever Hyderabad is, right? So, let's check and let's compare. So first, it is Ahmedabad. If you're buying a property in Ahmedabad, you have to pay a stamp duty of around 4.9%. Okay, what is it? It is the lowest among major cities in India. 4.9% is the lowest. It is in Ahmedabad. In Bangalore, it is about 5.6% in urban areas and 5.65% in rural areas. Bangalore attracts a lower stamp duty than most cities when compared to other peer cities. So 4.9 in Ahmedabad, 5.6 to 5.65 in Bangalore. In Chennai, it's about 7% of total property value as stamp duty charges. 7% is in Chennai. Now, Delhi, till now, the topper of the batch is Chennai, right? So, Delhi, stamp duty national capital region in Delhi is around 6%. Women buyers, on the other hand, have to pay only 4% stamp duty. And this is something interesting. If a woman is registering, she has to pay only 4% in Delhi, but a male has to pay around 6%, which is still less than Chennai. Chennai has 7%. Now comes Gurgaon. Gurgaon is again in the national capital region, by the way. It's in Haryana. So Gurgaon is different for the different segments and types of buyers. When you have to pay a 6% stamp duty for property in Gurgaon rural, the charges are kept as 8% for the transaction in urban areas. Okay, for registering a gift deed, you have to pay stamp duty of 3% in rural areas, 5%. So it has a lot of like permutation and combination. For rural something, for urban something, so 6 to 8% is in Gurgaon. So now till now, Gurgaon is the topper of the batch, but yes, it is not fixed 8%. It is 6% to 8%, which is in Gurgaon. Now let's check our Hyderabad. Our Hyderabad, yes, we have to pay a stamp duty of 7.5% to buy a property in Hyderabad, the city of Nizams. So 7.5. If you compare overall, leaving Gurgaon's permutation and combination, topper of the batch, which is fixed, is Hyderabad. 7.5% you have to pay. Okay, and we'll discuss what we pay apart from that. So 7.5 is a stamp duty charge which goes to the government. Apart from that, there is something called as mutation charges, which they are charging these days. And then apart from that, obviously, when you go for registration, you have to make sure that it goes smooth. So generally, most of us, we appoint a person who does that work for us. You can call him a broker, you can call him an agent, whatever you call him. So he charges around 3 to 5,000 rupees. And for preparing the document, for helping the registration process. So overall, if you combine, right, so it comes to around 1 to 1.5%. Depends on which registration office which registration is happening. 7.5% goes to the government, plus some mutation charges, etc., comes to around 8%. Recently, we have done transaction. What we have realized, it has come to around 8%. officially which goes, and then rest around 1% or 0.5% depends on who is doing the transaction for you, which agent is doing, they charge. So overall around 7.5 to, sorry, overall around 8.5 to 9%, which is what we end up paying in Hyderabad for registration charges. That is what is the norm. Most of you would have done that while you have done transactions in Hyderabad, isn't it? And that is there everywhere in India across. So that would be there across India is what I'm assuming. But that's what happens in Hyderabad for sure, because I have done transactions in Hyderabad, I know it. Now in Kolkata, the stamp duty is around 5%. If you compare, and Mumbai, now this is important, okay, to the state reduced rates in 2020, stamp duty in Mumbai had gone down to 2% till December 2020. Wow. From January 2021 till March, buyers could pay 3% of stamp duty in Mumbai. Amazing. However, the Mumbai government restoring the old rate starting from March 31st, 2021, buyers now have to pay 5% on property transactions. The current stamp duty in Mumbai is around 5%. Stamp duty in Pune is around 3%. Home buyers have to pay 3% of stamp duty in Pune till December 31st, 2020, and 4% thereafter. Now it's around 4%. That's very cheap. In fact, 3 to 4% is like very cheap. In Noida, which is in UP, okay, which is 5%. So if you see here in this list, Ahmedabad 4.9, Bangalore 5, Chennai 7, Delhi 6, Gurgaon 6 to 8, Hyderabad 7.5. Hyderabad is standard. Okay, Mumbai is like 5% now. Noida is 5%. Pune is around 4 to 5%. Right. So if you see here, the most expensive, which is fixed, is Hyderabad and Gurgaon, is what I understand. And apart from that, driving and all those charges are again common. So among all these cities, I don't know what is the government value and what is the actual value, because in Hyderabad there's a lot of difference. Assuming you're buying a property worth 20,000 per square yard, the government value will be only 2,000 per square yard, and people registered it maybe at around 7,000, 8,000 per square yard. So there is a difference. So what I heard from people from Delhi is there is not much difference on the government rate and the real market rate. So in that case, 6% becomes huge money, because the government rate and the buyer rate, whatever they're buying it, is almost the same. But in Hyderabad, that's not the case. The real value is huge, and the actual value when the registration happens is almost the half of it. So maybe that's why 7.5% is more in Hyderabad. So I don't know about other cities. Delhi, I have heard it from a couple of people, so that's why I can tell you. So that's about the registration charges, guys, across India. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you soon in a new video. Any questions, any comments, you can ask in the comment section. I'll see you soon in the next video. Till then, take care.